This video is made possible by Second Call Defense. Second Call Defense provides immediate, upfront legal protection for a member who is forced to use any legal weapon for self-defense. So protect yourself today with Second Call Defense. I did. You'll find the link in the description. Hi, I'm Joel Persinger. I'm the Gun Guy. Thank you very much for all of your support on GunGuyTV. I am super duper grateful, and Merry Christmas. Christmas is just a few days away, and I love Christmas time. So Merry Christmas to you wherever you are on the planet. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. Hopefully you'll be able to spend it with family and thoroughly enjoy your time. I do want to encourage you to check us out on these other locations because YouTube is a little scary at times, and in fact, frankly, a lot of those places didn't exist a couple of years ago, and I've spent the last year and a half during COVID and after COVID just making sure the channel is duplicated on all of these places. We just added Gab TV, which is actually a really good platform. So I do urge you to check them out just in case something happens to us on the big tech platform of YouTube. And then also check out these social media platforms too, because we did lose our Twitter account. We had to go away on there. Almost lost the Facebook account for the same kind of reasons. And so we've had to do the alt tech thing in these other places, which I think is good, honestly. So please do check us out on all these alternative social media places as well. And if you get a chance, check out the GunGuyTV Firearms podcast. It's an audio podcast that comes out twice a month, and it's available on your favorite podcast player. What else can I tell you without boring you to tears? I think that's probably it. Okay, so what we're going to talk about here is the zip targets. Now, it says zip target, safe mobile range for all shooting sports. Before I even dig the stuff out of the bag, let me tell you that I really had to think about it, but this, I think, is the coolest, absolutely the coolest shooting accessory that I've been able to review this year. Just the coolest things. I'm going to take some things out of the bag. I put them in the bag for you because I wanted you to see that it all fits in the bag. So here you go. I have to admit I didn't put everything back in the bag, but most of the things I did. This is the spool for the 200 feet of paracord that comes with it. And there's the spool which connects to your cordless drill so you can spool up your paracord. This is the part that holds the target. Okay, I'll show you that in a minute. And I did set it up for you, so I'll show you how it works here in just a second. This is one pulley. The other pulley, they're pretty much identical, and you can connect your cordless drill here on either one. Let's see what else you got here. This is the part that rides along on the wire system, which isn't wire. It's actually paracord. And this has the same effect that you would get in an indoor range. You hang your target, you use your drill, and you run the target out, and you run the target back. And like I said, they provide you with 200 feet of paracord. They give you the bag, which is very cool. They give you the carabiner to attach it, which is pretty cool. I got a shorter length of paracord because I set it up in my backyard. I didn't have a chance to get out to our ranch area, the ranch property out in Arizona, where I'm going to set it up out there. So I just set it up in the backyard for demonstration purposes for you. They also send you 4 neat straps here. I wound them back up again just so they wouldn't take up too much space and stuck some rubber bands on them, but there's 4 of those. And those are used, if you wish, to attach these to the poles on either side so that you can run the paracord. You can also attach these if you want to permanently by just inserting some screws, running some screws into whatever wood you're putting these in. I didn't do that, obviously, because I'm here in California at the moment. When we get to our property in Arizona, I may mount it permanently, but I didn't do it this time. And like I said, I just ran some extra stuff here. They also provide you with, I had to think about what I did with them, 4 little clips to hang your targets. Now, oh, and the last thing, this thing is just absolutely essential that they sent me. This is a tensioner for your paracord because paracord stretches. So this thing allows you to add tension to the paracord by just twisting and then locking it in place, and it'll tension up your paracord for you, make it tighter and tighter as it stretches. A couple of things about the setup here that I thought might apply to what you're doing, and I apologize if this thing is in my face here. I did not use the 200 feet of paracord that they sent with the device because I don't need it for this backyard. And in fact, frankly, I probably wouldn't use this in this backyard. The yard is too small. I can just walk over and do what I want to do with my target. But they do provide 200 feet of paracord, so you basically have a 100-foot range. So if you have a large yard where you want to do some airsoft or you want to do some pellet gun shooting, airsoft probably not going to reach that far, or you want to do some archery, or for that matter, you have a property like we do in Arizona where you got lots of room and you want to set up a personal pistol range or something, this thing would be brilliant for that. The one thing I would suggest is because, for example, on our property, we'd be basically attaching the pulley to a tree and then attaching the other pulley to another tree and running the target between the two trees. Well, I really don't want to shoot my trees into oblivion, so I would find a good backstop and then set it up at an angle so I have a tree here and then I have a tree over there, and that's how I've set this up. So this comes across at an angle this way, and that way when I'm shooting, if I'm over here, I'm now shooting at the target, because you'll notice that if you loosen this up, you can then adjust the target however you want it, and there's some nice little click adjustments associated with it. So it'll click right into place, lock down, and you can run it out there as at an angle, and that way you're not shooting at whatever the target system is attached to. This thing is brilliant. It's excellently made, and I've been fiddling with it a lot. I could not be more impressed. It's a wonderful idea. And really, as I look at it, the only thing that's ever going to break on it, really, if it's used appropriately and not abused, is the paracord. Eventually, your paracord is going to wear out. Okay, well, that's cheap. I mean, to buy paracord, that's not a big deal. Everything else appears to be made out of high-grade aircraft aluminum. The pulleys are a polymer, but they're very well made, sturdily made. They provide everything. So I really do like the system. It is absolutely outstanding. So when I tell you that this is by far the coolest accessory for shooting that I have reviewed this year, I'm not kidding. They're not paying me anything for this little review. I just think this thing is the bee's knees. I love it when somebody comes up with a cool idea and actually goes to the trouble to design it well and build it well. This thing is made extremely well. So often people send me things to review and it's a great idea, but it's made in such a junky way that I don't even review it. I send it back to them or whatever. I can discard it, whatever, but I will tell them I'm not going to review it because it's not very good. This thing is built extremely well. Like I said, I used it for 3 days. I left it out in the rain, and I came back out again, and all I had to do was kind of tension up the paracord. It took me 10 minutes, maybe, to set it up. And it took me longer to take it down only because I didn't use this paracord. I used this paracord, and I hand wound it on this board, because this is really short, so I just hand wound it back up again. Had I used this is 200 feet of paracord that I strung out to begin with when I realized it was way too much for my backyard, and I wound it back up using my cordless drill and this spool, and it took me 2 minutes, maybe. And so what I love about this thing is they literally have provided you everything you need. The entire system is there. They've thought it out beautifully. Everything works. Everything is made extremely well. They even provide you with a tensioner. They even provide you with the correct bit for your cordless drill. There's only two things they're not providing you. They're not providing you with your cordless drill. You're going to need one of those. And they're not providing you with the 4 screws that you'd need if you wanted to mount it permanently. But if you just want to put it up and take it back down again, they provide you with 1, 2, 3, 4 straps. And all I used was straps to strap it to the tree. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And so Zip Targets, if you're watching this, thank you very much for sending me this for review. It was a boatload of fun. I totally loved it, and I absolutely recommend it. This thing is GunGuyTV approved. It is a great product, and no, they're not paying me to tell you that. Check them out. I will put a link in the description. If it's on YouTube, the link will probably be in the first comment pinned to the top, because they're weird about links. Some of them they let me do, some of them they don't. I can never figure it out. But one way or the other, do check them out. It is a terrific product. Be a great gift if you have a chance to do that before Christmas. Maybe not. We're getting pretty close, but I got to tell you, it would be a terrific choice, particularly if you just have the room. If you got a big backyard or a big piece of land like we do out in Arizona, this thing is brilliant. Again, check him out. The link will be in the description or the first comment pinned to the top. And do consider supporting GunGuy TV on GunGuy TV Crew. You can do that on either Patreon or Locals, whichever one you wish. The links are in the description. And certainly it helps keep the channel going. Obviously, we get demonetized a lot from YouTube. And then at the same time, you get access to exclusive content pretty much every day, Monday through Friday, that you can't find anywhere else. So check it out, GunGuy TV Crew. Have a great week. Have a very Merry Christmas. And wherever you go, whatever you do, stay safe.